Top five? No hype there. Let's do a top five. It is time for a classic JP and the Beans. Top five. Beans, why don't you introduce this topic since it was birthed from thy brain?
I know, it's crazy. It was a crazy brain baby. I was watching Days of Future Past today, and I was watching it, and I was like, isn't the Blackbird sexy?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a sexy airplane right there, if I ever saw one. I was like, why don't we just do a top five vehicles in comics? Because there's a lot. And there's a lot of different directions we can go, and I'm very excited to see where this goes.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's what we're doing today. Yeah.
I love it.
Jordan, why don't you kick it off?
I would be happy
At number
to.
5.
All right, well, first, before we even get to number 5, I'm going to go a little rogue here.
Ooh.
Dishonorable mention.
Ooh.
Dishonorable mention. And hot take, because a lot of people love this vehicle, but I don't. It's ridiculous. Wonder Woman's invisible jet.
I don't have it on my list.
It's garbage.
I thought about
it's
it.
Ridiculous.
I thought about it, but why?
She can't see the controls.
No.
It's all invisible.
And she just sits there.
It's ridiculous.
Have you seen that Family Guy bit where she's like sitting and Batman or Superman flies by? He's like, "Hey, how's it going?" And she's like freaking out a little bit, and it turns out she was in the bathroom of the plane. Anywho,
oh, Family Guy.
Yes. So no, I get it. It's right up there with the invisible boatmobile in SpongeBob. Like, what's the point of not being able to see the vehicle when they can see you?
Yeah.
Like, I get stealth mode. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But that's a giant piece of machinery.
Well, no, but what actually pushes me over the edge, I don't mind at all the idea of, right, their stealth mode is a common thing. We see it with the S.H.I.E.L.D. helicarrier in the first Avengers movie. It's the fact that the whole thing is invisible.
Constantly.
Inside and out.
Constantly.
Wait a minute.
All stealth mode.
It's so impractical.
Yeah, no, it doesn't make sense.
Ridiculous. Like
It's silly.
So, there you go.
It's silly. I agree.
Had to get that off my chest.
Yes.
Okay, my number 5, and I love, by the way, the definition of vehicle because very broad, so allows for all kinds of looseness, which is fantastic. My number 5, I'm going to go with the Green Lantern ring. Okay. As a vehicle, I'm stretching the boundaries here.
No, it's okay.
I just am. The fact that it allows you to fly just while wearing it, that's pretty cool. You can actually, in some cases, teleport with it. That's pretty sick. You can also build your own vehicle. If you're going, I don't want to actually be in too much of a hurry, I would just like a jet ski. Here you go.
And you're also missing one of the most essential parts. It is, you can breathe in space.
Yes. Yeah. Right? You're not going to die wherever you go. So that's my number 5, the Green Lantern ring.
So I have 2 honorable mentions.
Okay.
One is Obi-Wan Starfighter. Classic.
Yeah.
Love it. A lot of people are going to pick and that's my only Star Wars pick. Honorable mention. Because, everybody's like, oh, the Millennium Falcon, blah, blah, blah. Obi-Wan Starfighter's dope. Okay. My other one is the Beetle from Blue Beetle, the giant bug.
Right.
Purely out of the fact that it looks ridiculous, but it's awesome. Okay. My number 5 is Megazord. Specifically, the T-Rex one.
Wow.
Because
it's great.
Awesome. Awesome. You know how awesome it would be to just drive a T-Rex?
Yeah, that's not bad.
And then, it assembles into a big robot as well, but it's awesome. That's my number.
It's a great combination.
It's
a great combination.
Yes. Number 5.
Good for you.
Number 4, out of pure nostalgia purposes, I got the Turtle Van. Yeah. It's just a classic. Like, I had the one. Well, I didn't have that one.
You want to go with the Turtle Blimp? Because that's kind of a low key, but also very cool.
I don't know the Turtle Blimp.
Oh, okay.
No, from when I was a kid, I always wanted the Turtle Van.
Yeah.
But I never got I got Raph's motorcycle from the Turtle Van, and it would shoot a missile, but it was like a pop can on a stick.
Yes.
Which is hilarious. But like, I always wanted the Turtle Van because it could shoot like sewer lids.
Right.
Is lid the right word? You know what I'm saying.
I know what you mean.
Tops of sewers.
Yep.
That's dope.
That's incredible.
Cool weapon. So that's my number 4.
That's really great. My number 4 is going to be Flash's Cosmic Treadmill. Okay. Now, another unique vehicle of sorts here. Also,
we went in completely different directions.
We did.
Hilarious.
We did. It easily looks the worst. Like, aesthetically, least impressive, least original.
It's just a treadmill.
It's just a treadmill, except for the very key fact that you can jump around in time via the cosmic treadmill. You can go from one universe to another. So for all of its woes, its aesthetic woes, it has unparalleled functional ability. So Flash's cosmic treadmill is my number 4. All right. My number 3. Gosh, you gotta be careful which direction I go here. I'm gonna go with the Fantastic Car. Okay? Really unique piece of work here. And in the sense that, listen, as a family man myself, I appreciate vehicles that allow the family to come together. That's great. You know what else I appreciate about this vehicle? When it's time for the family to be apart, you can be apart. So it can do both. Yes, you can ride in the minivan, and then when it's like, good Lord, can you just quiet down back there? Press of a button, you're off on your own.
I just appreciate that it started off really cheesy.
Yep.
And then you did that, and I was like, oh, thank God.
It is, that's my number 3. Fantastic Car.
Okay. My number 3, because this one should be on everybody's list.
Okay.
The Batmobile.
Well, yeah.
Number 3.
Yeah.
Now,
Interesting.
Now it's a question of which Batmobile, right? Because I think the Dark Knight's Batmobile, I mean, I don't even call that a Batmobile. That's a Bat tank. You know?
Yeah.
It's a big boy.
Yeah.
Right.
Batmobile is really generous.
But like, the Batmobile from the Batman, the recent one, that was pretty dope. Just kind of a matter of perspective. There's a lot of different Batmobiles.
Yeah.
So,
Very much so.
Batmobile at number 3.
It's great.
At number 2, I have the Blackbird from the X-Men. Iconic. Sexy.
It looks just so tight.
Gets a team anywhere from point A to point B very quickly.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
They use it all the time.
It's great.
It's fantastic. I have the Blackbird at number 2.
I love it. My number 2 is the Green Goblin Glider.
Huh, yeah.
Yeah. It looks menacing, vicious, cool. It has just weapons coming out the freaking yang. You've got missiles. You've got just, hey, you need a grenade? Toss the goblin bomb. There you go. Suck it. You've got blades coming out of the thing. It has really unique maneuverability. Now, it's certainly a solo fighter, but if I'm going solo, that's what I want in my corner. The Goblin Glider. That's my number 2.
Fair.
Now, my number 1, and I will have an honorable mention later, but my number 1 is the Batmobile. It's just freaking elite. It's incredible. It looks phenomenal. Part of what I love about all Batmobiles across the movies, the sound of the Batmobile.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's true. It's so intimidating.
Oh,
you're going to lose.
It's the Alpha Predator every single time, regardless of the version that you get. I think that's such a cool feature.
That chase scene in the Batman.
Yes.
My gosh, where he starts revving it.
And the Penguin is just like, he's always sweating. Right?
He's shitting his pants.
He's sweating and pooping at the same time. It's incredible. So I love that in terms of how it works from the movies. And then in the comics, it always looks just freaking incredible. Always. So that's my number 1, the Batmobile.
Okay, my number 1's kind of a cop-out, but it works. My number 1 is whatever Ghost Rider takes over.
Yep.
So his motorcycle, dope. When it's Gabriel? Am I thinking that right?
I think so.
Who's the successor? Anyways, that guy's with his car, dope. When the Black Panther and the Ghost Rider mixed in an alternate universe, and he rides a freaking panther, dope.
Not bad.
So anything that the Ghost Rider takes into battle automatically gets upgraded to top tier.
Just incredible.
Oh yeah,
just incredible.
I wish that was like just a side series.
Yeah,
and it's just Ghost Rider just takes over different vehicles. Right. You know how hilarious that would be?
Pretty elite.
It'd be awesome.
Yeah,
that's my number 1.
I love that. My honorable mention is Mjolnir. Only honorable mention because
that took me a second. Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, it's not just a bit of a stretch. It's a more than a bit of a stretch. Yep. But part of it that makes me laugh is the dialogue in the Ragnarok movie between Thor and oh gosh, now I'm blanking on his rock buddy's name, where Thor's describing Mjolnir, and there's some double entendres there that are quite humorous. But what a great, honestly, what a great vehicle. The only thing that keeps it off my top 5 is it would just have to be a bit tiring to have to always hold it out in front of you. You know what I mean?
I feel like you'd also throw your shoulder out.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to whip it for
injury,
a while.
There's some injury risk there. Yeah. It takes a little while to rev up.
At that point, just let Thor ride on a tornado.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I feel like that's kind of like the Paul Bunyan-esque part of his character.
Right. Yeah. It looks great when he does it. I just don't think I really enjoy it. So there you go. Mjolnir. Honorable mention. Riles, that was a lot of fun. Incredible stuff.
It was a very good one.
Incredible stuff.